Hello everyone and welcome to another high-low game of Age of Empires. Today there's smoke on the water as the Mediterranean is engulfed in the flames of war, with the Bloodless playing as the Italians in red, getting ready to take on Survivalist playing as the Berbers in blue. Now all the players heard their hurdles, explore their immediate and closed off surroundings because we're on arena today, and try to get their butts up to feudal age, probably castle age, ASA frickin' P. Not a bad time for us to take a look at the two Mediterranean, one North African civilizations that we will be watching today. Now, the Italians, a cost-cutting civilization. Their university technologies are cheaper. Advancing to the next age is cheaper, and gunpowder units, yeah, you got it. They're cheaper as well. Now, using all of your saved resources, the Italians can field not one but two unique units. The first might be very bad news bears for the Berbers, the Genoese crossbowmen, a decent foot archer that comes with a pretty good attack bonus against both cavalry and camels. The second is the Condottiero, a quick-moving, tanky infantry unit with not only a massive attack bonus against gunpowder units, but also added special bonus armor against certain gunpowder units themselves. And to make their units even tankier on the field of battle, all Italian foot archers, except for those poor skirmishers that always seem to be left out of certain upgrades, and their Condottieri can be upgraded to get extra armor. And speaking of their Condottieri, starting in the Imperial Age, the barracks, if I'm assuming we're going to get to see one, well, you can, as the Italians, use your barracks to train the Condottieri, which is pretty cool because that happens automatically. It's not like the Goths or the Huns, where you need to research certain unique technologies for that to happen. The Italians get that free of charge. And so, super cool unit at a super cool stage of the game out of a super cool OG structure. Now let's take a look at the Berbers to the south, a civilization that pushes its players into the four welcoming legs of cavalry. All Berber stable units are 15% cheaper in the Castle Age, 20% cheaper in Imperial, which makes their Hussars super duper, not just super, but super duper trash units. Their camel units can be upgraded to regenerate their HP. Their castles can be upgraded to work faster, which strongly benefit their first unique unit, the Camel Archer. This is a mounted archer unit with a pretty good amount of HP, great speed, and an attack bonus against cavalry archers. So perhaps not a unit that we're going to see today, but never say never. Now, starting in the Castle Age, the Berbers can also train a second unique unit, which is also mounted, the Genitor. Think of this as a skirmisher on basically a beast. That it rides a mounted skirmisher, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That comes with more HP, less range, and does cost a little bit more food. And to help get your economy up and running ASAP, Berber villagers do move 5% faster at the moment in the Dark Age. You can see 0.84 tiles instead of 0.8. And then once you hit feudal and onwards, 10% faster. So 0.88 until, of course, all the various upgrades are researched. So those are the two civilizations we've got in front of us. Pretty darn cool civ matchup. Feeling a little bit bad for both of them just because, let's say the Italian goes archers, then you got one of the coolest counter archer units, the Genitor. But if you go Genitor or even Camel Archer, I guess, well, then you've got the Genoese crossbowman, the Ninja Turtle with a giant Pavese shield on its back that basically destroys any kind of camel or cavalry. And the Berbers, they love to use their mounted cavalry, their camels, and so maybe the name of the game here is Deny the Stone for the Bloodless. And so while the players continue with their 18 villagers, a good time for us to take a look at the inner guts, the inner workings of their settlements to see whether or not any of their resources are close to being lamed in the forward position. Looks like the Bloodless, both his primary gold and stone, are kind of in the forward position, but not really at any kind of risk. Unless there's a villager mining down here and a Castle Age monk shows up, although I don't even know if this is 9 tiles. This might be more than 9 tiles of range, so it might be pretty darn safe. This is also pretty safe, as is the secondary internal gold. Survivalist, for his part, also very forward stone, a little bit of a forward secondary gold, and a little bit of a kind of forward because it's off to the side, but pretty close. Not great locations for resources for either player. Although the Bloodless does have this one patch of gold to the back. So, okay, not too sure who's advantage or disadvantage there. This, I do not like at all. The Berbers, no siege onagers, but they do get onagers, which means that if Survivalist puts on the gas and goes after these trees, dead as they are not going to put any kind of resistance, whereas trying to bust in through a wall is no easy task. For his part, Survivalist at home, look at that, pristine walls. Not a single extra forest, nothing blocking those walls. And in addition to looking at the internal resources, looking at any kind of forests that annoyingly form part of a wall off, what I like to look for is the expansion pockets. And it looks like in Arena, everyone usually starts with an expansion, although I say usually, Survivalist kind of getting shafted here. No pun intended with an archer civilization like the Italians, but it looks like the Bloodless does have a little bit of extra space here off to the northeast, where Survivalist, yuckity yuck. I don't think he's got a lot of extra space at all. Maybe a little bit to the back, a little bit off to the side, but this is open. And this is open, this little pizza shaped. I guess I could have just said triangle, but anytime I think triangle, my mind immediately goes to pizza. Pizza triangle shaped portion in the southwest. So shitty for the Bloodless and shitty for Survivalist. So equal shittiness for both players. Let's see where the relics are, just because usually in Arena, there's a 3-part meta where the players try to rush up to the Castle Age. Currently heading up to Feudal with 25 and 26 villagers each. So build orders have been activated. Villagers have been allocated. There's that barracks that one day, maybe, if we're lucky, we'll train some condottieri. But the players, stage 1, usually rush up to the Castle Age. Once they get into Castle, stage 2 begins when these relics get fought over, and then once all the relics are collected, stage 3 begins, where the players basically get out onto the map, begin attacking one another, infrastructure, armies, all of the good things we like to see in Age of Empires. The relics, neutral, close to the Bloodless, neutral, close to Survivalist, and neutral. Okay, so not a terrible spawn of relics here, as the scouts wacka at one another. And it is the Bloodless, our Italian, whose feudal age scout, which is much stronger. Take a look at the stats. I'm glad I didn't unclick this. If you're not familiar with how scouts work, from Dark Age to feudal age, if you keep them alive, their stats increase exponentially. Their attack goes up by 2/3, 66%, and their speed, their line of sight. Although, pardon me, maybe not speed, actually. No, pardon me, yes, speed. My brain is correcting itself real time like an AI program. Although I guess if you think we live in the Matrix, if you think we live in a computer simulation, I guess we're all AI, right? In any event, the speed, the line of sight, the attack, they all improve in Feudal Age, which is no surprise why Survivalist lost his Dark Age scout when fighting the Feudal Age scout of his opponent. That being said, I don't think he really gives too many craps, because both players are heading up to the Castle Age. Survivalist this time about 30 seconds behind his opponent, still one villager ahead, racking up a massive, inexcusable 3 whole seconds of TC idle time stable up for him. So that's to probably get more and more scouts to contest the relics. There's a fresh one, and there's a spearman who is shooing away, zoning out yet another scout of the Italian. And there's that stable. I love the Italian architecture stable with the pitchfork and the bales of hay. I'm not too sure what the hell the rope is for. Maybe to pull up the hay, although there are stairs. Who knows? It's all very, very beautiful. Let's see what the Bloodless does when he hits Castle Age. We can pretty much guarantee that a monastery will go down, I want to say immediately. This is a lot of scouts. They are surrounding. I mean, I don't know if they necessarily want to engage. Okay, they do want to engage. Okay. Get themselves a good old spearman. And where is it? There it is. The Red Ark of the Covenant being lowered into its secret hiding place at the same time. I'm assuming Survivalist has the wood for it. The second he hits Castle Age, where, oh, where will his monastery go? There it is with the Blue Ark of the Covenant. Age of Empires, of course, a fantasy game where there are many Arks of the Covenant. Be so careful, be so mindful, Mr. Berber, that you do not jack too much wood here. This is a crazy location. Although, to be fair, aside from this little patch, the only other location to jack his wood is here to the right side of the rear, and that is just as crazy. So Survivalist is going to have to be very mindful not to cut down these beautiful Christmas trees. I mean, look at this. That is a fantastic tree. Second town center going up for our Italian, who did have more wood going into the Castle Age. Survivalist still barely at 100 wood at the moment, so no second TC for you anytime soon. How many relics have the players seen? Our Italian has seen all of them. Our Berber has seen all of them. And now that he is in the Castle Age, remember, this blue light cavalry unit is 15% cheaper. Husbandry getting got. Bloodlines already got. And now Survivalist might want to take the fight because his opponent does not have Bloodlines or Husbandry, and he's going to have both of those upgrades. So he'll be able to run circles around and watch it kick in and watch the distance between these two units grow and grow and grow. Yeah, you are not catching up to this blue light cav with your 1.5 versus 1.65 speed. And this is why he got it. But look at the Bloodless body blocking. Will it be enough? It is not enough. Even with that amazing micro, it is so hard to guard the monks, especially from such maneuverable units. And by the way, that is all thanks to the Husbandry upgrade. I suspect without Husbandry, he could have kept on blocking that unit. Okay. Turns around, gets a whack off. No one's got any blacksmith upgrades whatsoever. Looks like a monk is training a line of sight sniper line on this light cav. Not too sure he wants to go out there alone at the moment, though. Second TC with the forward stone. Third TC. No, 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 no. This is the worst tree you could possibly cut down. First of all, it was a gorgeous Christmas tree. And now, no, don't go back there. Don't swish all the way back there. Oh, that is not good. Once that's cut, all of a sudden, you've got 6 light cavalry units who now will have Husbandry, who will be able to just charge right into the breach. Although he has been here before, and he has, by the way, seen that there's not but one tree in his path. Survivalist is buying stone. What is he buying stone for? Is he going to go with another TC once he gets the wood? For now, he's just being chased around the map. At the moment, it is our Berber who took the relic that was close to him. And aside from that, not too sure he really wants to go out onto the map. Although risking it for the biscuit is one random monk. You know what? If he keeps the Bloodless back up here, and look at that, he stopped to take a fight. As long as you can extend their presence up north, the monk will slowly, but now he's heading south. Now he's heading south. The monk gets the relic. Why are you going back? Go down, go down. You have a gate here at the bottom. The Bloodless must realize that he's being toyed with here, and Survivalist gets his second kill of the game, third kill of the game, as that monk passes into the river Styx. And is he going to see? Is the Bloodless going to see? Ooh, just outside the line of sight. We can see it with our radar system, but he's going to check on the wood. Oh, this is amazing. Both players are just so fantastic. If I haven't gushed enough about these two being one of my favorite duos to encounter one another on the ranked ladder, then I'm going to do it right now. I mean, I used to love hard MBL. I still do, but they don't meet that frequently anymore. These two meet very regularly on the ranked ladder, and it is always sparks a-flying as a 4th TC goes up for our Italian. And the kill count gets evened up 3 apiece. Relic count 2-1 for Survivalist, but I suspect, yeah, there's a red monk heading home. So there's one last relic being guarded by a full health light cavalry unit. Red knows it's there. Will he send the army? I mean, this is just silly by Survivalist. Why is his monk all the way here, all the way undefended on his own? And here we go. Look at that. Okay. So the Bloodless looked like he was going to scout. I got very excited, very antsy in the pantsy. And at the end of the day, if he had, he would have known to shove those 5 or 6 light cavalry units into here. Could have gotten a few villager kills, but as things stand, he did not explore. So much body blocking, but it doesn't work again. It's so freaking hard to body block. And that's why when players on Arena, when they're fighting over relics, they start adding spearmen, they start adding other units. It is just very, very difficult to stop a determined player with light cavalry, especially if they've got husbandry. And now watch Survivalist. He's going to pull this army to the right. He's going to definitely pull this army to the right, right? Okay, now he's going after the monk. 1 wackadoo, 2 wackadoo needed. And he gets it. But now Red discovers these. Epic chain of events here. 1 monk down, 2 monks down. No relic for you, says the Seinfeld monk. But our Berbers got camels. The relic, I feel, a few tiles closer than when it used to be to the Bloodless's base. Yeah, good luck to you, adorable snow leopard. You run at half the speed of these units. Why did the Bloodless turn around and fight a counter unit? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe he was busy here where a villager, the first villager kill of the game, goes to Survivalist. Is this even closed? Why is he attacking the house? I guess they are walled in. But this isn't exactly closed here. What the hell was that villager doing here? What the hell was that blue monk doing here? Right there. Many, many unanswerable questions. The camels should be able to at least close the distance, not catch up maybe. No, pardon me, that made no sense. Not catch up, but close the distance. How does that work? Oh, our Italian looks like he converted a camel, then just decided to delete it instead of giving it back to Survivalist, whose army count isn't growing. His villager count is down 15, and his opponent, unfortunately for him, is en route to the Imperial Age. Now, remember, the Italians do get a nice little 15% discount going up to the next age. Oh, converted villager. But again, this is open now. No, there isn't. There's a palisade behind there. I got, again, too antsy in the pantsy. Okay, why did they back away? 2 full health scouts. Light cap, part of me, should be able to gun this monk down very quickly. So instead of the 1,000 food, 800 gold that you and I would pay to go up to Imperial, they pay 850 food and 680 gold. So that is a hefty, hefty sum. Plus it all adds up. Castle age is cheaper. Feudal age is cheaper. Archery ranges, stables. Ooh, our Italians got 700 stone. And just as I say it, plops down a castle. Our Berber also has stone. And just as I say that, also plops down a castle. Another battle here that the Bloodless should not be taking. And Survivalist about half a minute behind his opponent going up to the next stage. Camel archers are the name of the game. If our red Italian catches wind of this, I'm assuming Genoese crossbowmen are going to come out at the very least skirmishers. But for now, we are neither here nor there. Although, take a look at that. I mean, this is a confusing set of upgrades. Iron casting, thumb ring, and gold mining. Another monk out in the middle of nowhere. Another monk gets got, and it looks like that 5th relic slowly moving. But where is it moving? To the red base, to the blue base. This is still trying to catch up to the army. This poor snow leopard. And we'll see in a second. Whoa, never mind. Survivalist brought it all the way down here. I thought it was moving towards the red base. No, Survivalist brought it all the way down here in the middle of all the commotion. Very chaotic last few minutes here. Okay, ballistics, mining upgrades for our Berber. Who is he sending any more monks? I mean, he does have 1 more monk. You got to protect this monk. But you've revealed, I think, that you've got camel archers. Conscription for our Italian, so you can start pumping out units quicker. Handcart as well. We'll see what happens when the Berber hits the Imperial Age. Also conscription. Oh, another dead monk. I don't know that Survivalist is going to want to keep investing 100 gold into these monks. They just keep getting sniped left, right, and center. And the camels, as I mentioned earlier, will not catch up. Hut, hut, hut as they are, adorable as they are. Both players sitting on 2 castles. A footprint out on the map for our Italian. A footprint out on the map for our Berber, who's going triple. Okay. Chemistry. One super cool thing about the Berbers is that they do get bombard cannons, which is super duper awesome. What's not super duper awesome is number 1, revealing your game plan to your opponent who shoves in a bunch of light cav, and number 2, losing maybe 2 or 3 villagers so far too. To be fair though, did lose a good amount of light cavalry units. No, Survivalist does in fact train another monk, but there's already a light cav here waiting for him. All right, well, we've kind of we did stage 1. There are going to be Genoese crossbowmen, +4 against camel, +5 against cavalry. So as I mentioned earlier, 3-part meta in arena. We were kind of like at 2.5 parts actually. We went to Castle Age, we fought over the relics, but we didn't quite gather all the relics before the massive armies started coming out. This time there is a serious escort for this monk, a serious Praetorian Guard, Numidian cavalry, whatever the hell side of the Atlantic of the Mediterranean you want to call. And the Genoese I believe they have Pavis at the moment. Yeah, there we go. I saw the +1/+1 with no blacksmith upgrades. Gets another villager kill, gets another villager kill. 3 bombard cannons are en route, but he would be very silly to pump them out now. And we are going to get to see a pretty darn cool battle. Camel archers versus Genoese crossbow. I mean, on the one hand, one unit has 75 HP and the other has 50. On the other hand, this unit comes with that attack bonus of 4 against camels. And the camel archer, as the name implies, does have camel armor. Damn you, corner house. Says that one light cavalry unit as he now charges, sees the bombard cannons, but dies before he can do anything about it. A 4th siege workshop going up for him. 2 siege workshop now again. The Italians, they do have condottieri, which come with attack bonuses against gunpowder units. And the bombard cannon is very much a gunpowder unit. Ba-boom! The balls go down. I also see the hussar upgrade. And also super cool Casbah for our Berber, which means these castles are going to work, I believe, 25% faster than normal. Pumping out those camel archers. Now what he needs is also Magrebi camel, so that those camel archers not only are birthed and trained faster, but also regenerate HP. Couple of hussars keeping an eye on things here on the bottom of the map. Not too sure what the point is added. So Survivalist, to be fair, has taken a little bit of his expansions, put up a gate, whereas the Italian got his for free of charge. Survivalist has to spend what? 35 stone, and then whatever, 1 2 3 4 20 50, so 85 stone to secure his expansions. Oh, pardon me, I missed that big old juicy bombard cannonball hit. Let's take a look at the upgrades. Camel archers attack wise fully upgraded. Now they're elite with 80 HP. The Genoese are also elite, but their HP don't change when they become elite. And they are getting rickety wrecked here as they focus on the bombard cannon while getting absolutely destroyed by the camel archer. I feel like the camel archer is a slower firing unit. Yeah, 2 to what? 1.7, 1.8, 1.7. So not only do they come with an attack bonus, they also fire faster. The problem is they've got a lot less HP, 30 less HP. That being said, this is what Liquipedia or fandom would call quote-unquote situational, probably, to see who has the advantage here. I'm assuming numbers will play a huge role, as will upgrades, which is something both players really need to start looking into. Armor upgrades. Hussars go BBC hunting. They stop en route to kill a monk. Okay. Will he get this one? Will he get this one? He does get it before he dies. Siege workshop down for our Italian. That's okay. He builds another one. Guilds, armor, heavy scorpion for our Berber. Not a bad upgrade to get when your opponent is going foot archer, but he moves very close to that bombard cannon. I don't think you really need to move that close with their 7 range. And for a second time, our Italian is getting rickety wrecked here. But his army count is larger. He's got the hussars that come with a good amount of pierce armor. Not maybe Turkish level, but good nonetheless. And now it's Blue's turn to kill a bombard cannon as he snipes it. This guy's still trying to bust into this gate. Good luck with that, good sir. Scorpion seems to be moving diagonally like a bishop on a chessboard for some reason. A single solitary Treb is out. So as long as the Bloodless can keep the battle firmly in this little enclave that Survivalist built for himself, this Treb is just going to keep working. And he is training 16 Genoese crossbowmen at a time out of 3 castles, building a 4th. Survivalist is expanding southward with stables of his own. Hussar versus Hussar, baby. Camel Archer now does fire at the same 1.7 with thumb ring. I saw that being researched forging. So he is going to add a few Hussars. I'm not sure if I saw Survivalist get the Hussar upgrade. No, he's still stuck on light cam. Not a fan of pumping out individual scorpions like this. Whether by bombard cannon ball or by Hussar sword, they will die. But Camel Archers move forward. Can they hold the line? More and more structures are falling here for our Berber, who's getting pressed back. That being said, the situation is not terrible. He's at 123 villagers, which is, to be fair, not a bad villager count. If you're starting to pump out trash like Light Cav, does need the gold to get Hussars though. He does have all three, pardon me, not all three. He's got 3 relics, which means Survivalist relic count gold count will keep growing and growing and growing. Yet another solitary scorpion pops out. Yet another solitary scorpion dies. Yet another solitary scorpion pops out. Yet another one dies or will die here if not careful. Saved by the castle and the camel archers. He is. More and more stables. How many stables does our Berber have? 10. That is a good amount. He needs that 600 gold. He needs to get Hussars. You can't fight Light Cav against Hussar. Although, to be fair, again, 20% cheaper now. I think the second cheapest after the Gurjara Hussars. The Bloodless forced to take the long route around the gate. I'm surprised this gate is still up, but I'm not surprised that there are no more siege workshops here. And this is what the Bloodless needs to do and has been doing fantastically, keeping all the pressure right here while this one Treb just gets raising after raising after raising. And look at the mini map. Look at our Italian out on the map, swinging it, while Survivalist is just slowly getting pressed back more and more and more. To be fair, still has plenty of space, still has 124 villagers, 10 stables we saw. Why does Survivalist have 69 villagers on wood though? That is an interesting question. The camel archer does cost 50 wood. He has 30 farmers. Does that justify 69 villagers on wood? Camel archers are going after the bombard cannons here. Should be able to get both. They do. But 1 Treb has become 2. 2 Trebs have become 3. Whereas for Survivalists, 3 castles have become 2. And I also never noticed, FYI, that when you build a castle on the snow, it has snow on top of it. Versus a castle on non-snow that doesn't have snow on top of it. Isn't this game just so much fun? You gotta love the developers putting in so many details and attention to detail. But that's neither here nor there. Our Berber needs to, I mean, he's spending his gold on bombard cannons and scorpions. I think he needs to spend his gold on Hussars and start overrunning this position. Although again, Hussars against a unit that now should come with a +7 attack against cavalry is an insane move. So I see why he's not doing it. But if you're not going to do it, stop pumping out Light Cav. Survivalist though, he's in survivalist mode, literally pumping out whatever unit he possibly can. There are those giant Pavis shields that go from back to front, fully upgraded. Let's take a look at the camel archer. Still no armor upgrades, only at a +1. Interesting and interesting and interesting. Where are you going? Be very, very careful. Our Italian is hunting BBCs, not wabbits. And here we go. Finally, after how many years, our red Italian has busted into the rear of Survivalist's base. More Hussars are streaming in, but the real battle continues to be here to the front, where the players seem to have disengaged. Okay, we'll keep an eye on the Hussars then. 5 have become 3. Camel Archer realizes he can't really take this fight. More and more dead villagers. Bloodless is up to 22 villager kills. I'm not too sure you need to bring back your scorpions for this, because when you do so, your opponent shoves into the breach. 3 castles became 2, 2 became 1, and 1 is about to become nothing. Although, to be fair, Trebs are starting to get sniped here by these bombard cannons that are very hard to see because they are in position in front of the castle. And look at that. All 3 trebuchets gotten. I mean, the Survivalist is just, he is holding on by the skin of his teeth. He's got a healthy army count, including 26 camel archers. He's cleaned up the attack to the rear. Hopefully no, he still has this breach in his wall that he himself created. But again, now you're fighting against a stronger version of yourself with a counter unit behind. And the camel archers are just so fearful Everything Survivalist has is countered by the Genoese crossbow, and there are 20 being trained at a time with 36 hussars. The Bloodless has just absolutely swallowed up the map. Gold, stone, food, lumber, doesn't matter what. 50 minutes into the game, Survivalist does have, again, a healthy army count, but everything he has is countered by these 39 Genoese crossbowmen. And FYI, the longer he just hangs out in the back here, the more army his opponent gets. The Bloodless is training 44 units at a time. Survivalist is training 2. And he's got to move quickly. Either pull a Harris style, exit the base and go and counterattack, or just start shoving out and trying to counterattack in the front. I don't think you have the option, the luxury of hanging back right now as your base gets pressed into. Also, where are the Genitors? If your opponent's already gone cavalry killing machine, why not go Genitors instead of light cav? At least they'll come with some attack bonus. What will fall, the castle or the Trebs? BBC is the answer. And that's it. No more siege except for 4 Scorpions. And they're not even firing. They're just hanging out in the back. Oh, look at that. Deleted his wall. He is going, go for the weaker one. Go for the weaker one. Oh, Survivalist doesn't even have Blast Furnace. Oh, that's so painful to watch. That is, was he researching it out of here? This can't be the only. No, he's got 2 blacksmiths. Yeah, this is the one with the golden shining aura. This is where he was researching. But all of the castles down, the base breached, the area depopulated. Survivalist looked like he was doing a good job holding for a while, but holding is not attacking. And then he gave up total map control. I mean, look at this Italian settlement. 13 stables to the 10, now 7 of his opponent. And no real answer to these Genoese crossbow. I mean, again, if you're going to go as the Berbers, I mean, you can go skirmishers, but Genitors are just so much cooler. I mean, all the cool kids are doing Genitors these days, right? Wow, what a fun game. Survivalist held as long as he could. Unfortunately, 96 Camel Archers with 99 supporting Light Cav could not, oh my goodness, deal with the overwhelming numbers from the Bloodless. The kill count must be really different. Yeah, 393 to 281. More than 100 kills extra for our Berber, who is just basically slaughtering on the defensive. His castles must have gotten a good amount of those kills, but 33 villager kills. Only really 1 penetration here, to be fair. Although a second very possible, because like the first time here with the wood on this line, this wood has been jacked as well. And so that's an opening in the base. This is an opening in the base. This is an opening in the base. I sound like an AoE version of Oprah. This is an opening. This is an opening. Everybody gets an opening. The reality of the situation is Survivalists did not do any kind of attacking. I mean, let's take a look at his vision. I mean, come on. He hasn't been out on the map in years. He hasn't seen anything. He hasn't done anything to stop the Italian war machine. Not too sure what the hell this is. Why is this part of Survivalist? Oh, because the bomber cannon was attacking. My bad. Wow, what an absolute crazy amount of aggression out of our Italian using those cheaper upgrade. Cheaper upgrades, cheaper uptime, cheaper. Not really gunpowder units. Initially, we did see some bomber cannons, but mostly the Hussar meat shield with the Genoese. The Berbers just didn't have an answer to this. And which, when you don't have an answer to a unique unit, generally it's lamented as a civ win. But honestly, I think Survivalist, maybe Onager, maybe bomber cannons of his own. He did try, maybe Scorpions, something here. I'm not too sure that spending all that food on light cavalry was really the way to go when you're facing a better version of yourself backed up by a counter unit. But neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the numbers. Yeah, it's like a 14,000 difference in the economy, almost 20% bigger economy for our Italian, who takes all 3 resources, but wood. I mean, we saw Survivors for some reason had 69 villagers on wood with only 3 castles pumping out camel archers. I don't think he really needed that much wood, but maybe he did. Relic gold at the end of the day, just about 657 more than his opponent. 20 raisings to 3. 1 conversion apiece. Well, there you go. I think that was the camel and the villager that we saw. But ultimately, the Berber just pressed back, and the Berbers are not a civilization that can deal with being pressed back. They are a civilization that needs to be out here running around, killing, slaughtering, destroying. And unfortunately, it was our Italian who killed, slaughtered, and destroyed. And with that killing, slaughtering, and destroying, the Bloodless takes the W. But GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.